Hello everyone, Dad back here again on our debt-free owner-operator series. I hope you are all well and enjoying the series so far. Welcome to episode 37 of this series. In the last episode we went up to Portland to see Russell and did the deal on the trailer. Now, the pickup and first loads with that trailer were done on a live stream to celebrate 200 subscribers. That was last night. That was absolutely wild. I had a blast doing that stream. It was about just over 3 hours. Gained a heap of traction, loads of views, loads of subscribers, and I just genuinely blown away. I think I started that stream at 211 subscribers. It finished the stream at 215. I woke up to 218, and that to me, just 7 subscribers in the space of 12 hours just was like mind blown. So genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, again, I'm absolutely stoked that we're at 200 subscribers. We're on the road, massively on the road to 300, and I am pleased to have you all here on the journey. We've got a little short run up to Utah today. We are trying to get back to Salt Lake City to see Jake, because to refresh your memory, the rear wheels and tires on the trailer are looking a bit worse for wear. Russell said the wheels were the original ones. I personally think they've been swapped, but yeah, it's neither here nor there. We'll get them changed, we'll get them sorted. I think we can go out this way. But yeah, it's crazy the stuff that's happening on the channel. Actually, when I think about it, I'm absolutely amazed by all the support and love and everything like that. So genuinely, thank you. But yeah, to be this, doing this kind of numbers, I'm only a small channel. I've not exactly been regular at times. Are we stuck on something? Yes, we are stuck on a lamppost. What a good start to the episode. Yeah, so not exactly being regular at times due to sort of work life, family life, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the to be where I am now is absolutely mind blowing. There's some other really exciting things. We got the Moser affiliate partnership. So if you are after any Moser products, there's a link in the description, and if you purchase through that link, then full disclosure, I do get a small kickback, small percentage kickback, and no extra cost to yourselves, but it does support the channel. Everything that is earned through that, if anything, is to be invested back into the channel through giveaways and things like that. Like I said, the monetary is not why I do these things. The reason that I was pushing the Moser partnership is because I'd really love to work for them in a sponsored capacity at some point in the future, because obviously they've got the new truck sim stuff, so that's why I've sort of mentioned that. Like I said, it's not the money. Any money earned, if any, would be reinvested back to the community that I'm trying to build through giveaways for the VTC drivers, or maybe giveaways to the viewers. It's always a tricky one doing giveaways on a wider scale, because I don't want to build a community based off of people that only come for the giveaways, you know what I mean? So I want to build a community of people that actually love the content or mildly enjoy the content, and then they actually come back for me and the content that I put out. So yeah, there is plans down the line, but yeah, if you want to buy anything from Moser directly, there is a link in the description. I stopped short of a flat rate discount for viewers, but like I said, if we get enough orders and they view that as I grow, the partnership has got potential, then it would be awesome one day if we could get a partnership with them where they send me new stuff to show you guys and all that kind of stuff. So I mean, they do it with other YouTubers, granted much larger YouTubers, so there is potential there. But yeah, just bear that in mind. If you want a way to support the channel and you're buying it anyway, it doesn't cost you any extra. Gets me a really small percentage, which I can plow back into the VTC and stuff, and gets me like in a good standing with Moser for potential collaborations in the future. And that's all I've got to say about that. I have just literally before going live, hitting the record button rather, penned the ink, put the ink to the paper, whatever the saying is, on another partnership / collaboration, whatever you want to call it. Thank you for that, officer. Go on, as you were. Truck's got to do a wide turn to get out of these tight. One thing I did speak about in the live last night, and I mentioned it in some videos a while back, is the fact that I wasn't getting fines every time I was crashing. So I actually found out this week that the reason that there's no fines for every single crash like there would be in a regular single player is because of the GDC economy mod. Now, the guy that makes it, Busy and Broke, absolute legend of a guy. He's an American guy, lives in the States. He trucks in real life. He puts a ton of work into the economy mod. Now, he's got it built so that there was a report that he read that said that of all the crashes reported every year involving a big rig in the States, only 3.5% of that figure were deemed to be the driver's fault, the truck driver's fault. So that's what he's done, is he's tweaked the percentage of when you get a crash fine to reflect that report, so that if you crash, it's not necessarily going to be your fault, deemed your fault every single time, and only when it's deemed to be your fault is when you would get a fine. Which I thought, that's really actually something that probably wouldn't have thought about. If I was making something like that, it probably wouldn't have come to mind. But obviously he's got that real truck driving experience, so that explains why sometimes when I crash there's no fine when I would expect a fine otherwise, because I was almost convinced that it was the no headlights fine doing it, only because as soon as I took that off, the first run after that I hit something and got a fine. So yeah, but that's good to know. There's only a 3.5% probability of getting a fine if I crash or get crashed into. But yeah, it's all going really good. If you are looking for a VTC, I've mentioned it a couple of times there, if you are looking for a VTC, do hit the link in the description below to join the Discord. That's got all the information that you need to join the VTC, how to do so, how to set up Trucksbook and all of that stuff. So we would love to have you. We're always recruiting for drivers. Our whole ethos over there is relaxed, easygoing, friendly environment. Be good to each other, be kind, have a little bit of a laugh. We're all adults, we're all grown-ups at the end of the day, playing a game to enjoy ourselves and relax. So I really didn't want it to be like a authoritarian type of VTC where it's like, you've got to do this many miles and you've got to do this many jobs. So yeah, it's a real good time. The guys that have been there for a while and the newer guys, they all seem to enjoy it. They all seem to say it's added a lot to their game and it's added a lot to their experience of the game, and they find it's quite an easy, relaxed, nice place to be, which I'd like to think, because that's what I was pretty much aiming for. So I'm pleased that that's how it's generally viewed. But yeah, we're always recruiting, so come on down. We'd love to have you. We've got other channels in the Discord as well, so if Farm Sim is your thing, then come and chat to us about Farm Sim. There's a lot of us that play Farm Sim. I find that there's a massive crossover actually between Truck Sim and Farm Sim, of people that play both. Quite oftentimes I find that if you're chatting to someone and you slip Farm Sim and they're a Truck Sim player, you mention Farm Sim and they'll say, oh yeah, I've played that as well, or I play that regularly or whatever. So that's good, and I think that's why we're seeing a resurgence of well, I don't know if it's a resurgence is the right word actually, just because it's not really been in the it's not really been that popular before in the sense of peripherals that have been available. But that's why we're seeing a rise now in brands, big brands like Thrustmaster and Moser and stuff, that are catering towards the truck sim, farm sim market, which is a huge untapped market, which is can only be a good thing that they're going in for it. Yeah, I'm feeling really good actually about everything at the moment. So we've just got, oh, there's a fighter jet going over there. There must have been a must be like an airbase in Phoenix. Oh, and another one. See if we can catch some of them out of cab. Forgive me for my driving. I am not very good out of cab. Yeah, we were sort of chatting about it on the stream last night actually, about that there's never really been a better time to be a truck sim enthusiast. That one was over the top of me, I think, by that sound. Yeah, it's all... And another one. Yeah, it's all really good. I'm pleased with everything. I'm pleased with the way the game is evolving. I'm pleased with the way the series is evolving. I'm pleased with the peripherals that are evolving. Not quite so pleased about the bank balance and having to try and save up and buy the peripherals, but nonetheless, they are very appealing. And I'm immensely pleased, as you probably tell from the intro, of how the channel is going. Yeah, like I said, when I started, it was more about building like a small community of like-minded individuals, like-minded people that sort of had a similar interest to me, were of a similar age, or weren't sort of immature. Oh, we got some roadworks. And yeah, that's all been going really well, so... Yeah, I think this is the Arizona desert. I can't 100% remember where we're going. I think it's Moab, Utah. I think is where we're going. Yeah, Moab, Utah is where we're going. So, I'm hoping then there'll be a job going from there up to Salt Lake, or at least past Salt Lake. Right, why are we stopped there, guys? Come on. Thought we were going to rear end someone there. Yeah, well, last night on the stream we did a couple of loads. I think we did 3 loads all in. We went from Portland down to, well, across to Dallas in Oregon. And then we did a job from there to somewhere down at the bottom end of California, which meant driving through dreaded California at the speed limits, which, it wasn't too bad. It was alright. Did it in good time. That was a Cobra helicopter, fighter helicopter. Gunship, I suppose. I don't know. I haven't got the terminology. But yeah, I was reliable. I said Apache because that's how poor my knowledge of fighter jets and military aircraft is. Rusty, one of the Discord members and supporter of the channel, he was in the chat and he said, nope, that's a Cobra, Vietnam era Cobra. Which when I looked at the cargo name, it actually said that in the cargo name. So how much I pay attention to the cargo name. So yeah, that was an interesting run. That paid pretty well, 8,500 or just over, which was much needed because at one point we got down to $300 left after buying the trailer and then refueling and stuff. So yeah, it was a pretty sketchy because at one point we were sort of running out of money.
Turn right.
Now, I don't actually know what happens if you run out of money in the game. Whether you can, you know, like things like if you go into minus, I know you can go into minus figures, especially if you get fines and stuff like that. But what I then don't know what that means is if you can't buy stuff in the shop, like not in the shop, when you're out on the road, like you can't buy fuel and stuff like that. So, because that would be a problem. You'd have to do, I guess, to get the money back. You'd have to do the contract jobs with the borrowed trucks and trailers. Which, yeah, those trucks and trailers, or the trucks at least, they're generally, I find, underpowered for the load that they assign you.
Turn left.
It's as if they almost assign you the most basic configuration of the truck.
Turn left.
Coming in a bit hot on that corner then. Slow it down, bro. Slow it down. But yeah, it's all going good. I think I spoke about it on one of the live streams, or maybe I definitely put it out in my Discord at least, and on the community page. Welcome to Utah. We're home, baby. That we were dropping the live streams to 2 due to family commitments. It's been a bit hard to stick to 3. You know, the sort of schedule had originally been Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. It's sort of become a bit difficult to stick to all 3, and problematic from a sort of family life perspective to do Saturday and Sunday. So we decided to drop it down to a Wednesday and Sunday. And the way that's going to work out is going to be Wednesday is going to be a solo player stream of Farm Sim at the moment. That's the current plan. There have been discussions on since the live stream last night. There have been discussions with some people where there's a feeling that maybe I would be better off switching the solo live stream on a Wednesday to, rather than doing Farm Sim, doing trucking, since this live stream did really well last night. So if you've got any opinion on that, would be awesome to hear it. If you want to drop it in the comments.
Turn right.
Basically where we're at now is we would do the Summer in Thuringia stream on a Wednesday, and then the convoy on a Sunday, which is the convoy is, there's another update about the convoy. But yeah, there's a couple of people that I've spoke to since the live stream that have a feeling that I might be better off from a channel growth perspective live streaming a solo trucking series on Wednesday instead of Farm Sim, and then keeping the Sunday as the multiplayer night. Because that's where I'm at. Wednesday's going to be, so we're coming into Bluff, Utah. Wednesday's going to be solo player, whatever game that is. It'll be a solo stream, just me. And then Sunday will be the multiplayer convoy streams. So yeah, we will. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. If you've got any thoughts though as to what you'd prefer to see on a Wednesday, whether you'd prefer to see farming or trucking in a solo format, then let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. You know, as I was saying on the stream last night, at this point I'm not committed to Farm Sim in that sense of. I think Rusty was saying that he sort of feel, you know, the new Farm Sim game is pretty likely, in my opinion, to come out later this year. I think the cycle of the current game is run, and the new game will, I think personally, will get an announcement in the next 4 to 6 weeks of the new game, and then it will be a very vague announcement, just more or less confirming that a new game is coming. It'll probably confirm some of the bigger non-specific details, and then they'll start trickling out more information through the game convention cycles and the farm sim convention and stuff like that. So that's what I think will happen, and I think we'll be looking at mid to end of November release for that. But what Rusty was saying, and we spoke about it before, is that some of the bigger YouTubers, like, you know, the ones that specifically focus on farm sim, like Mr. CDPs and your Dagger Wins and your Virtual Farm and your Farm Sim Guy and like Argsy and all those guys that put out content exclusively almost on farm sim, they're pretty well tied into farm sim, so they have to get the new game whatever. Whereas for me personally, where I'm at with the new game, as much as I love farm sim, absolutely loved FS19. I got that the other week because it was I had it on console and it came up as a free game on Epic the other week, so I grabbed that for the PC. And I'd love to fire that back up. Some of the maps on there, I'd love to get back on Lone Oak. That was one of my favourite maps on there. But I'm not so tied into it where if the new game is not that much of an improvement on the old game, then I'm not tied into just doing it for the sake of doing it, you know. I think most of my viewership, most of my subscriptions, and most of the community come here for tracking content, which is awesome, don't get me wrong, but I also think that you know, if it's that FIFA effect where for all intents and purposes it's the same game just with a different number on the end, then I'm fully willing to just bow out and say, you know, there'll be no more farm sim on the channel, because I think there's enough longevity. And again, another thing we spoke about is where they could go with ATS, what kind of things they could do, what kind of states, you know, once they've done full mainland, where they would go. I think there's enough longevity in ATS and ETS too, that for the foreseeable future, as in years and years and years, there's content to be made here without the need for a new game. So that's where I'm at with it. So just be yeah, if you give me your thoughts in the comments, that would be absolutely ideal, as to whether you'd prefer to see farm sim on a Wednesday or truck sim on a Wednesday in a solo format. That would be awesome. Just because, you know, I might put a poll out. I might do that instead, so it's easier for a way for you guys to let me know. Just because I know people do enjoy I know the core audience do seem to enjoy the farm sim stuff. And of course I enjoy playing farm sim, so. But yeah, like I said, in worst case scenario, the farm sim stuff would only be around until the next game is released anyway. Because, like I said, if the next game is just a rebadge of the same game with some very minor improvements, then I'm at that point probably gonna duck out of making content on farm sim. What are we looking like on sleep while we're here? Next rest stop 2 hours 52, so we've got time. But yeah, we'll need to get a rest stop after we've made the delivery. We don't have enough time on the job to be able to sleep now to preempt the next job. But yeah, what I'm hoping is we can get a job from here up to Moab. Not Moab, we're going to Moab. Idiot. Yeah, what I'm hoping is we can get a job from here, Moab, up to Salt Lake, or at least just past Salt Lake, so that we can go in and see Jake and see how much it's going to be to get the tyres sorted. And then the primary focus then for the series after that, the next part that we need to upgrade,
continue straight,
is going to be the engine. I'd like to get a higher power engine. I think we're rocking a... Come on, go, go, go! I think we're rocking a 370 in here, and I'd love to get it up to about 550. Oh, come on, bro. Those damn Kenworths. But just at the top of the sat-nav you can see that our delivery point is just creeping in. The little flag is there. So we are really not far away now. I think just now when I was looking at the map, I think it said it was about 50 minutes away, so it's all good. But yeah, we are making good ground. Like I said, I'm well happy with the way the series is progressing, and yeah, I am focusing on just trying to make the best content for you guys, the best content that you'll enjoy. Like I said briefly at the beginning, I don't want to go into it too much because, you know, I don't want to ruin anything, but there's a partnership coming, which I'm quite excited about. That'll be coming in the next few weeks, hopefully, and I'll talk about that more once I know exactly what's happening. So yeah, it's all starting to happen. We seem to be gaining subscribers quicker at the moment as well, which is good. And yeah, everything really seems to be growing. Just yeah, it's just crazy. I do want to be clear as well, actually, on something really quick, just back to the solo stream on a Wednesday. If it was like an overwhelming majority of people that said, yeah, do tracking on a Wednesday, we'd much rather see you do tracking, then it wouldn't be this series. It would probably be an ETS stream, but it wouldn't be this series because of the way that my time is now, with the changes and with my work shifts and everything, the way that is to record. There would be a significant overlap in episodes where essentially the streams on a Wednesday would be taking place in game after, would be picking up where the Thursday episode had left off, so there'd be like an overlap in episodes, which I don't want to do that. So yeah, it's if there was an overwhelming majority of people that said, yeah, just do farm sim, just do trucking, it would be a new series, probably ETS.
Keep left. And then
But
turn
I
left.
just thought it was important to say that.
Turn left.
We are going down here, I think. So what really confuses me is in the States they have this like middle lane that it's doesn't seem to be anyone's lane, so I don't know if I could pull into that to turn. But we have made it. We are coming into the delivery spot here, just around the back here. Like I said, the plan then is very much so to hopefully get a job up to Salt Lake, or at least just past Salt Lake, so I can pull in on the way, just so we can see what's what. To try and figure out where the delivery is, I'm just going to bring up the map on here. Let's have a look. So we are wanting to go. Yeah, overall, I'm pretty well happy with the trailer purchase. The trailer seems to be doing us a good job. One of the things I was concerned about, because it's a mod trailer, it's not a base game trailer, is what the availability of jobs would be like with the GDC economy mod. Oh, lovely job. They just went over here. It's just a little drive-in. So yeah, I was slightly concerned, would there be enough job availability with it being a mod trailer? You know, how would GDC interact with that? And it seems to be absolutely fine. You know, touch wood, so far I haven't really struggled to find a job I just overshot this slightly. But that is that. Let's engine off. Let's unload. So driven distance 266 miles, 47 gallons of fuel, 9 hours and 15 minutes. We are still chunking our way towards level 10, 11. But yeah, overall not a bad run. Did have that one crash. I think part my fault, part the officer's fault. With me, I had to come out wide with the turn. Perhaps didn't check that the way was clear. But we are, like I said, we are up in Moab. Our plan very much is to get up to Salt Lake City, or at least past that, so we can pull in. So I will pick a job, and we'll catch you on the next episode. If you've enjoyed this episode, do hit the thumbs up button. It does really help the video out. If you're not subscribed and enjoy the content, please do consider subscribing. It really does mean the world to me. And thank you everyone genuinely so much for subscribing, supporting me as a creator, and the videos that I make. It does mean the world to me. 200 might seem like a low number for some people, but truly and genuinely it means the world to me, so thank you truly. So yeah, until the next one, take care.